Well, welcome to my messy shed. This is where I do all the mucky stuff. This is sort of paint, plaster, fiberglass, that sort of stuff. And today I'm just going to show you the making of the Jabberwocky claws. Now in the poem of Jabberwocky we have the claws that catch. So that's why I wanted to be able to make a decent looking claw. Now I thought it'd be an easy way to do it is to get some chicken's feet and take a cast of them, but sourcing chicken's feet turned out to be quite difficult. The only place I could find them was at pet shops as doggy snacks. You can get bleached ones and unbleached ones. Now, I took some of these and I actually put them in a big tub of water and left them for 2 or 3 days so they got reconstituted and became a bit more flexible. I mean, these were as stiff as anything, that wouldn't bend at all. Once I got one that was a bit springy and looked okay, I had to sculpt and glue on some new claws onto the end. Because of the doggy treats, the actual claws have been snipped off so the dogs don't ingest the claw, and so I had to sculpt some new claws, put them on the end, and then I was able to take a plaster cast from it. And this is the plaster cast that I made under here. And you can see there it's got all the features of the chicken skin on there, all the sort of ridges and bits that make it look all scaly and quite unpleasant, and the big long claws that I added to make them look that bit more interesting. Now what I have to do is do about 6 layers of latex into the mould to make it a usable claw for decorating the book. And what I use is some latex that I've mixed with some bronze acrylic paint, and I put that in first of all. It requires 2 layers of that to get things started. So I'll put one on now, and then I'll stop the camera and start again once it's dried, which will be a few hours time. I'll paint this into the mould like that, make sure got the whole thing covered. There's no little air bubbles or anything left in there. So that's well covered. Paint that all the way through to make absolutely sure it's all in there. Now I don't want too much excess on this, so I'm just going to use my finger just to pull it back, so it's only a thin skin around the edge outside of the mould, so I'm not too worried about that. And now I need to leave that for a few hours, and it should come up a nice bronze colour. But the important thing with latex is you always wash your brushes out, otherwise they get all claggy and are completely useless. So this one I've been using for quite a bit. It's starting to get a bit nasty even though it's been washed out every time. I'll just keep a little tub of water and wash it out with that. So, seal all my tubs up so the latex doesn't dry in the tubs. I'll say leave that to dry and then I'll come back shortly. Right, well as you can see it's dark outside, so it's about 5 hours since I put the first coat in there. You see it's pretty much dry now, so now I can put the second coat in. So same stuff again, acrylic, bronze paint mixed with some latex, and that gets painted in again just to give me 2 decent layers in there. And as last time, I'll just wipe off any excess over the top so I don't end up with a thick layer of latex where I don't want it. there's less of a seam to trim off once it's all done. Right, I'll now leave that to dry properly and get back to it in about 19 hours or so when I get back from work. Right then, that's the first two bronze coloured coats nicely dried in there. Now I've got to add the thickened latex. This is just plain latex with a thickening agent mixed in with it, just to bulk it out. And that just gets tipped into the mould and pushed around a bit using the paintbrush, just to try and get the whole thing nicely filled. And that will definitely take about 24 hours before that lot's dry enough to put another coat into. We'll shrink back a little bit and it will need a second filling coat like this, but it's fairly easy because you just put it in and leave it. Walk it out like that. And as before, wipe off any excess because I don't want there to be too much outside of the mould. There we go. And there we go then. Just leave that for another 24 hours. Right then, well for you it's only a few seconds. It's been 24 hours for me since I was last sitting here, and the thickened latex is now cured, so I can now put a second layer of thickened latex in and then wait another 24 hours. So, excuse my snivelling, I've got a bit of a cold now. Actually, because I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, the material in the latex is about the only thing I can smell. Actually, ammonia, that's the name of it. Yeah, it's the ammonia in the latex. It's about the only thing I can smell past my bunged up nose at the moment. Right then, I'll leave that, and 24 hours time I'll see you again. Well, here I am back again, but this time feeling very sick, hence the dressing gown and things since I've been in bed. So I just thought I'd pop out, put a layer into the mould so they can be drying overnight while I'm feeling sorry for myself. Now, we've got all the thickened latex has gone in, so now it's just 2 more coats of the coloured latex just to finish it off. So put one in now, then hopefully another one in the morning if I'm feeling well enough to get up and come outside. And what this does is just to seal in the thickened latex, so then it's the same colour all the way around. Just the plain stuff in the middle. Oh, there we go. We'll see what that looks like in the morning. Okay, back again. Just one more coat on here. See, this one's set quite nicely. Just one more to make sure it's all properly sealed. That for a few hours, and hopefully later today it'll all be dry enough that I can peel it out of the mould and show you. that for a while then. Right, here we are then. All done. All we've got to do is peel it out of the mould now. Like that. If I pull each of the claws, it stretches it slightly and makes it pull out of the mould more easily. Do one at a time like that. One out. Two. And the final one, middle one. And there we have it. One rubber chicken's foot. Made from latex rubber. So multiple layers to get to that. And there's a few that I've made earlier down here. There we go. Loads of them. So I've still got lots more to make to put on the actual book that goes with the Jabberwocky chest. But as I say, I'm getting my way there bit by bit. Keep them under the bench out of the way. Keep them out of the sunlight because latex rubber doesn't do well with UV light. Also reacts with oxygen. It's a combination of oxygen and UV light that breaks down the rubber. Oxygen I can't do very much about, but the UV light I can do that by keeping them in the shade. That makes them last a lot longer. I also give them a wet brushing with the bronze acrylic, and then a dry brushing with some gold acrylic, and it then gives it quite a nice sheen, makes it look nice. Bit of black nail varnish on the claws to make them stand out a bit, and then I put a bit of crepe hair, this sort of stuff they use in the movies and the theatre and things to do moustaches and beards. Two different colours there. I'll put a bit of that on just to make it look a bit more interesting.